Hello, you guys. Welcome back to another episode of Indian There's Always a Disney Guy. But before we get into today's episode, make sure you subscribe to the podcast. I hope you enjoy what we're going to be talking about today. And yeah, let's get straight into it. So today we're actually going to be talking about legacies again, but we're going to be getting more deeper into Hope and Klaus. If you don't know who Klaus Mikaelson is, the father of Hope Mikaelson, Klaus was a ripper, I would say, in a way, a hybrid ripper, um, but with his humanity on, basically. He was an evil person with emotions, but who had reasons for what he did. Hope, on the other hand, who understandably has been through a lot of pain and emotion and tragic, you know, outcomes and stuff. I get that. Hope has been through a lot, as we've seen in Legacies. But let's be real, Hope has definitely made some very scary choices during her time um in Legacies. So it's definitely kind of worrying. Not gonna lie, it's kind of scary. And in some ways, she is worse than her father. And I haven't really recognized it. But with her humanity off, she is just like her father, but actually worse. The difference between, her and Klaus is that when Klaus killed someone or tortured them, he had a reason for, what he was doing to that person and why, you know. And the thing about Klaus was that he had family who could get to him emotionally and connect with him, who could bring him back from his darkness, if you get what I'm saying, easily. With Hope, plus her humanity is off. I mean, it's kind of crazy. Like, she's she's just a a death wish, honestly. I mean, she's just ruthless. She's worse than her father. Hope just kills without any reason to or obligation. You know. Um. Wait, let me make sure this is a fact first. Did Klaus Mikaelson turn his humanity off? Um. Yeah. Okay. So now it's mainly about him compelling Stefan to do it. But the point is that the difference between Klaus and Hope is that, yeah, Hope has done some. I mean, Klaus has done some pretty messed up things to a lot of people. That's not a shock or a surprise. But if I'm being serious, Hope has done a lot of things to a lot of people for reason, but with Aurora, it was for no reason. And so it shows how more ruthless she's becoming. And on top of that, people can't get into her, get to her emotionally. Obviously, it's gonna take Landon to get to her probably, but it shows how worse, you know, she's gotten compared to Claus. She's just pure evil. She's a monster, like Lizzie said. You know, she's a monster, and that's why at the end of episode 12 she started to feel things because, one, deep down, even though Hope's humanity off, what Lizzie was saying, I'm pretty sure Hope felt emotionally. And what I mean by that, even though her emotions were off, she could feel what Lizzie was talking about. And Lizzie made some valid points. She said hatred is an emotion, because it is. Your humanity may be off, but you're still hating someone. And she said you're hating someone that you could love because technically they have been through the same thing. I don't know what happened to Aurora's dad or anything, but Aurora's lost people just like Hope's lost people. Now, I can see why Hope, you know, can sometimes get frustrated with Lizzie because Lizzie makes it seem like she's lost so many people. But in real life, she still has her father. She still has a sister. Her father isn't dead. You know, her father was never dead. Um, it was more so of her father wasn't dead. He was in a coma. So she made it seem like her father was dead and he wasn't. And then her sister just went on a vacation, even though she permanently left the Salvatore school. You know, at the end of the day, you know, Hope has been through a lot worse than I think Lizzie could probably understand. But it doesn't give her the right to think that she can just do whatever she wants. Because I know soon when she sees Landon, the real Landon, she's gonna immediately, something's immediately gonna switch back on in her. And like I said, even though the show tried to prevent it from happening, I already knew. And I had a feeling. I was like, season 4, this has to be the one. This is the season that honestly everyone has been waiting for, because you could only hold it off for so long. I just knew I was just waiting for it to happen. But I'm not gonna lie, when it first started to come out, it was shocking. I'm not even gonna lie, it was pretty shocking, you know. But hey, I think it's great to see Hope like this, and not in like an evil way, but in like a, you know, fan way. It's kind of crazy to see Hope like this with her humanity off. It was fun seeing her like this. You know, it was definitely deep. You know, seeing how emotional and the things that Hope has been through. It was definitely um a lot of fun seeing that and seeing her without her humanity on. It was something that we all needed in season 4. That was just something that, you know, that was something that was just really needed this season. Let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, it even shows it on here. It says, Hope has become even worse than Klaus. It says, although Klaus might be considered more irredeemable because of his actions throughout both TVD and the originals, his daughter Hope is arguably surpassing even him in Legacy Season 4. Hope Mikaelson's character growth is a tricky thing to chronicle. For the first 3 seasons of Legacies, she was a relatively straightforward heroine, and although she was no pushover, Hope was ultimately well-meaning and good-hearted presence on the spinoff. Some fans even found Hope to be too much of a morally upright heroine and wanted Legacies to focus more on the comparatively complex Lizzie. Though the TVD and the originals, Klaus Mikaelson did some truly horrific things. Not only did he kill both of his parents, Jenna and Tyler's mother, he also compelled countless characters into awful actions they would otherwise never have committed. While Klaus's actions were driven by his intense and uncontrolled emotions, by turning her humanity off, the unstoppable tribrid Hope outdid her father and tipped into some truly sociopathic behaviors in Legacy Season 4. Klaus remained somewhat understandable, if not excusable, since his main driving motivations were a very human desire to belong and a deep-seated fear of betrayal. What his daughter is doing now in Legacies, however, is driven by no emotion, which is what I also said in a different way, whatsoever. And Hope is all the more dangerous and unstoppable as a result. While Hope hasn't approached nearly the level of murder and hurt that her father caused, Klaus could at least be reasoned with, and others could appeal to his emotion. However, Hope has no emotions anymore. In Legacy Season 4, her actions, which range from torturing Aurora to killing and feeding on innocent civilians, are driven more by wanton bloodlust than anything else. Yeah, that's what I said. You know, with her having her humanity off, it makes it so much difficult. The thing about with Klaus, his humanity was on. So he could feel everything that he was doing. I think that's the difference that people are missing. You know, so I don't know. It's just it's definitely crazy, I would say, you know, in my opinion. But I just can't wait for episode 13. I don't know about y'all, but I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. But thank you guys for listening in. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Make sure you subscribe to this podcast and check out DisneyGuy.com, podcast.disneyguy.com or .tk. Banner, you already know what to do. Subscribe to my blog and yeah. Bye bye, guys. I said bye, guys.